What's up, guys? Yes, I'm videoing and driving, but as you can see, I've got my eyes on the road, so no problem. But now, we, as in me, and also the fellas, Austin and Tanner, even though they don't do it very often, we have something new. Actually, two things new, but the other one's on back order. But I got the first one in today. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of it, but it's called the Eflite Timber. And it is a stall plane. Stall as in S-T-O-L, not S-T-A-L-L. It's a short takeoff and landing type of plane, a bush plane. And it's in the back seat. So, I'm on my way home now. I've also got some batteries and a receiver for the R5X. I'm going to be doing a little bit of experimentation with that. But anyway, when I get home, I'm going to crack into that and the timber, and I am going to build away because I am super anxious to get this thing in the air. It is a plane that can fly slow, but can also fly pretty quick. Not like super outrageous fast because it's not an EDF, but it can get up there. It's just like it's a fun plane. You can take off within 3 feet and land within 20, which with most planes you can't really do that. So anyway, when I get home, we start the build. So now I'm at the house, and I just went through the order with the battery and receiver and everything. I actually forgot about all the rest of it, and they actually combined my order. I ordered from PyroflipRC.com. Really awesome place. Pretty awesome people. And I ordered some new stuff. Here's the receiver. It's a Spectrum Diversity satellite auto bind. It's the first time you ever power it, it goes into bind mode. So it's super easy, and I think it should be just the same way, just the rest of the sats go into bind. You can go in and set it into clean mode if you fail the first bind or something or have to rebind. But I also bought a 95C 1550 Tattoo R-Line, and I've flown one of these for my buddy Brooks. Let me fly one of his. Oh my goodness, big difference between 45C and 95C. Of course, I knew that already, but I'd never felt that difference on a drone before. I've never felt it on a quad. Big difference, so I had to buy me one of those, and I also got two stubby Triumph antennas, because I needed some good antennas. I can't say I would recommend the Lumineer Axie antennas, the AXIIs. I wasn't impressed. I saw no difference. I think I actually got more interference with those antennas than I did the Immersion RC Clover, just the normal antenna. So yeah, I don't think they're worth $40, but other people may have a completely different opinion. That's just what I think. I also bought the visual area. I used to know what it stood for, the VAS. Hey, look at that. Video Aerial Systems. See, I knew that. It's a crosshair. Really awesome. 10 dBi, 5.8 crosshair antenna. About that for my receiver on the goggles. And I got a whole bunch of props because you can never have too many. But I also got one of the very popular, all of a sudden. Actually, I got 3 pairs. I thought on the website you were only buying 1, so I put 3 on quantity. 2 for me and 1 for Brooks. Apparently, they're sold in pairs, but these are the Pagoda antennas. Heard really good things about those, so I have 3 pairs of those over here. So, yeah. Anyway, now that that's out of the way, let's get down to the unboxing. Alright. And there it is, the Eflite Timber. Easy to fly. It's got the safe AS3X Sport gyro receiver with the safe select features. It's got suspension. I mean, most of you probably already know this. It comes with wing slats and everything. I mean, it's been out for a long time. It's not like it's a new plane. And I'm sure that I know that this review I'm doing is definitely not the first one, and it's not the 100th one, because the 100th one was probably a few years ago. But I will say this, I'm proud to be making a video over it because it's been a long time since I've actually... You know what? I think this is the first time ever I've gotten a new plane. All my planes that I have are used. Once, I got one new plane, and that was the Duet, the first plane I ever got. Pretty great plane, but it just doesn't compare anymore. So, this is the Eflite Timber. So, instead of talking forever again, I am going to definitely get it out of the box so we can see all of its parts. Alright, so now it is all unboxed. Took me forever because the box is massive and it's kind of difficult to bring it out of the cardboard. But it's all here. And it looks pretty good. Not too terribly pleased because I was looking over the fuselage. And inside, I don't know if you can see, but you might be able to. There's a couple of bare bronze wires in there. Brass wires. And they go to this LED. They're bare wires. Which means... unless they're coated with something, which I doubt they are, those are going to touch and it's just going to completely bypass that LED, rendering it useless. So, eventually I may end up having to heat shrink those or wrap them or coat them with my conformal coating or something, but I'll find out when we turn it on, because I don't think it should hurt anything to turn that on, because all it is oh, you know what? It's actually piggybacked off of this top LED, which means if that one shorts out, both of these lights will go out, because when you short out the bottom one, it's also shorting out the top one. So, yeah. Two birds with one mistake. So, I mean, we'll just see what happens. Maybe it's coated. Who knows? But just so you guys know, if you're ever working on anything like this, one simple little mistake can just destroy your results. It may not hurt anything, but you're not going to have it working. So keep that in mind. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get into the process of putting this together, which I'm kind of excited about because it's going to be pretty cool. And I do kind of like the foam wheels. They're just foam. But it is pretty nice, pretty squishy. But I will say, I think I'm going to like the other plane's wheels better, because I'll just go ahead and tell you guys, I ordered the Color Tundra Anniversary Edition, orange and gray. And the wheels that come on that is actually a foam covered in a rubbery substance, I think. So it's like a rubbery type of wheel. It's just really cool. So I think I'm going to like those a lot better. But this plane is the biggest plane in my room right now, because the wingspan is actually the biggest plane before this one was actually the Vision Air, and the wingspan is, I think, probably about no, not twice that, but it's a good 1/3 of that more than the Vision Air. So it's a big plane, just so you guys know. It is a big plane. So yeah, let's get to... And ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the Eflite Timber. Didn't take me too terribly long to put together, and I'm sorry I didn't do like a montage or like a, you know, like a time lapse of me putting it together, but I'm kind of tight on space. But it works. It's all together. Flaps, I've got a 1.5 second delay on them. There's half flaps, full flaps, all the way back up. Super nice. The LEDs are in fact working, so I guess the bare wires aren't a big deal. Rudder deflection, I might have to increase my rates there. And we've got aileron, which says we got pretty good rates. Elevators, decent rates. So, you know, we'll find out eventually, but we are all together and it is a snazzy looking plane. So, the next thing you guys will see is it flying. And before we fly, I also figured I would show you. I also put together the floats. Sorry, I'm going to use a camera hand to do all of my movements because that's what's fun. But I put the floats together. Strings on the back you just attach to the little push-pull system on the rudder right there by the tail wheel. And it's just linkage rod, linkage stoppers. Just tighten down on these little pins right here. And that is how it happens. Because on the rudder, whenever one pulls, like if the rudder goes to make it turn left, it's going to pull this string to turn the rudder on the back of the floats to the left to make it happen. It's got a spring right here that just pulls it back constantly the other direction, so it all works flawlessly. Ish. Nothing ever works flawlessly. So anyway, let's go. So now I'm out here at the airport. Brooks, he's behind the camera. He's totally awesome. But now we are going to fly this beautiful bird. Got it all together. I'm just going to take off without flaps the first time, and we'll bring it around. And I'll do my very best not to put it in the ground immediately. So here we go.
Looks like it just kind of floats around, huh?
Full flap. Now it's a kite. And it flies really good. So I'm going to go ahead and just flip on full flaps and we'll hit it. See how fast it takes off.
Oh wow.
Immediately. Well, you gotta love the crosswind, that's for sure. So anyway, the Eflite Timber. It's it might actually be worth the 250 bucks.